Hi guys, it's Forgiving Girl here, and I'm really nervous. And I've been wanting to do this for 3 or 4 months, but everything just kept piling up, and I kept getting it pushed back. And finally, here I am. Now I'm gonna say first, if you see me looking over here, it's because I have my notes, and if you see me looking over here, it's because I also have my notes. So I just have notes everywhere. But I was praying about what God would have me speak on, and I was just at a wit's end. And then God told me, I feel like He wants me to bring this week's devotional on never give up striving to finish the race. And I've never, ever, ever, ever in a million years thought that I would be here telling you guys about this, but I am. Alright, today we live in a world where we are constantly tempted to do wrong. Some people may be tempted with lying, with stealing, drugs, drinking, smoking, sex before marriage, so many different things. And sometimes it gets really, really hard and you're really tempted to give up. And then when you start realizing you're having struggles, the devil moves in and he really starts pounding you like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not a Christian, you should just give up now because you're not going to finish the race. And I know it's because I've been tempted. And the devil has brought thoughts of discouragement to my mind. I remember back in August, something happened, and I began to seriously doubt whether I was a Christian, and as I look back, that was just the devil. He was really getting to me, and I was at the place where I'm like, well, you know what? If this is happening, then I must not be a Christian. I must just be doing this because everybody thinks I am, and I just don't want to let them down. And it took me a while to get over that, and I realized that God was the only way I got through that. And I want to read. Okay, sorry. It gets hard. I will tell you, it gets hard. There are some times when you don't feel like going on. You don't feel like getting up out of bed. You're just like, it's just another day where I'm going to go through another trial, and I'm not going to be able to do this, and I'm not going to be able to do that. And then there's the days when you just cry. I've had those days where I've just been emotional for no reason. And I seriously was down, and the devil, when you're down, the devil decides, hey, let's just move in on her like a storm, like an unexpected storm. And it gets hard. But you know how I made it through? With God. That's the only way I made it through everything I've been through. And Philippians 4:13, and I think almost everybody that's a Christian or claims to be a Christian knows this verse. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And there are two key words that I think are in that verse. The word all and the word Christ. The word all because it didn't say I can do some things, I can do most things, I can do a few things. It said I can do all. That word, 3-letter word, that just changes the whole meaning of that. I can do all. And then the word Christ, and I have that underlined, like the verse underlined in my Bible, but Christ is like double, double, double underlined. And I was like, why is that such a huge thing to do? Well, because I can't do it by myself. I can't do it with my mom. I can't do it with my dad. I can't do it with my friends. I can only do it through Christ. And that's why I'm here today. Romans 8:18 says, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. And another version I saw said, if things are getting tougher in life, consider the enemy is only trying to wear you out because he knows what is about to be revealed in you. And I've never read that version, but that spoke to me. Like, it really spoke to me. It's saying when it gets harder, the enemy comes in harder than ever because he knows that God's going to give you a blessing after you get through what you're going through. One of the most important things you need to strive to do after starting the race is finishing the race. I know so many people that get into become a Christian, like, oh yes, I want to do this, I'm going to finish, and they don't do it. They go right back to the way they were living, and you have to have determination. You have to have real determination to be able to finish it. The devil may have fought you when you may not have fought you when you first started this race, but now that you're getting closer to finishing the race, the devil is starting to fight you harder than ever, because he knows that God has great plans in store for you. And a lot of people, like, I've heard the saying, there's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. The devil doesn't want you to get your pot of gold at the end. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want you to get your crown. He doesn't want you to win. And a lot of people are like, I've heard people say they have to come in first, and this is not a come in first, come in last. I don't care if I come in the very last. I just want to know that I made it to heaven. And in 1 Timothy, I'm going to bring my Bible out. Okay, 2 Timothy, sorry. 2 Timothy 4, 7, and 8. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at the day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. That is my verse. I personally want to be able to say that when I get to heaven, I want to be able to say, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course, and I have kept the faith. That is what I want to say. I want to be able to tell people that that's my desire, because it really is. And then, in conclusion, I want to say that it doesn't get easier. It really doesn't. Everybody says it gets so much easier. It doesn't. If anything, it gets a lot harder, because the devil's testing you, and God's putting you through things to make you stronger. And I think my true desire is to be able to say, I made it. I won the race. I get to go to heaven. And there's this one that says, he never promised that the path would not get heavy, that the cross would not get heavy, and the hill would not be hard to climb. He never promised that victories without fighting, but he said help would always come in time. And that's what I want to see. He honestly, it doesn't get easier. He never promised that. And it gets a lot harder, and you get tried, and you get tested, but in the end, it just shapes you out to be exactly what God wants you to be. So, in the end, don't give up. Keep striving, and you will win this race. Let me know what you guys think in the chat box below. You guys can tweet me on Twitter. It's forgivengirl__. I don't know what you call it. But, yeah. Let me know what you guys think.